23 months, how do I help my child? Okay, we're going to break this down. Probably jumping a couple of people, but I hate having so many comments in there. And I watch comments. I'm sorry I didn't catch certain comments before. I'm not about equipment-based sustainability. We need to find the problem is, I am the first one person to say, because they put bars on my feet, they wreck my legs. I have crooked legs and hips because nobody looks at the hips. You need to know where your child's at, right? Looking at a report versus the images. Now, I can look at the images and help you there once you get them. But when they're stating that there's issues within it, even subtle, but the eyes, they didn't examine them. And that's why you look at the reports. You need a retinoscopy done. So, and to see too, child with neuromuscular and say, see you in a year. So first of all, vision. Okay, hardcore midline issues. She only has sporadic vision, so the following is not even there, and so very little to weak convergence, right? So what does that mean? The eyes need to work together, and they need to converge, right? And right now, what I mean by sporadic, her eyes at this point should be able to track at 10 and a half to 12 months, and they separate from the head, but her eyes are, I can't even do it, jump, so it's sporadic, but clearly when hits the nose, a really dominant midline drop within that. I'm gonna post a video for low level vision, but really you need a visual examination to see if it's even glasses. Not only that, but she has an eye alignment issue. We can't let these kids run around with eye alignment issues. So right now, if I was like this, guys, even if my eye's fine, I can't see you. I got two me's. So right here is where I have sort of a convergence. We don't look at objects that close. And so the rest of it, especially when you want someone to walk down the hallway and there's an eye alignment issue like this, like again, I don't have convergence. I'm looking in and I just wander. And so with the milestones, you need to do to have that. So vision, that's your priority. Retinoscopy, ophthalmologist, yesterday. I'll look at the reports. You can post them up like you've been doing. And then start working with low-level vision. But I can't tell you really to patch just yet because I don't know if we're patching for an astigmatism, which was mentioned, but they're saying it's not severe enough. Well, we don't know because we don't have the numbers. If they're saying an astigmatism, numbers should have been on the report, and they're not. And so that's where you go from there. Well, second of all, you have to watch where you're propping a child to that extent. I don't work with munchkins on the floor for that reason. So I honestly, if you're not at 23 months getting vertical milestones, it's because the breath was not achieved during the beginning. So really you're going to start, I know breathing is fine now. You're going to start with the breathing course. We've got to integrate the breath response because basically, cognitively, neurologically, if the brain has not opposed gravity in breath, which is the easiest way to oppose gravity right at birth, then it throws off the system. I can guarantee you any child that had respiratory distress during the first 3 months of birth, you are not going to get to vertical milestones. And that's how I know that has happened because of the breath situation. So you want to go in and do the breathing course. And I would flirt with the tummy time course, maybe when she's sleeping for that. Please stay off the bolsters. Our planet Earth at the equator is going 1,037 miles an hour. Right now, I'm probably going about 900 miles an hour. And if I jump, this wall doesn't hit me in the face. If you can't balance on the planet Earth, you're not balancing on a bolster because the bolster is countering. So the Earth is spinning one way, guys, and this is why, and you're on a swing. And for anybody who says this is going to improve balance, it might improve balance for a young gymnast on up that has already gotten the earth part and now they're going up. But if you're missing that, you're neurologically, because again, like I don't have it here, I'll use my glasses. So if I take these glasses and just see, gravity becomes a plumb, right? But when I'm moving the earth and you've got this going on, right? So neurologically, you're giving her a false sense of reference to the floor. This is why I don't like vibration plates, and I certainly don't like bolsters. I get it if she thinks it's fun, go play, but honestly, I will bark. You're wasting your time and your money on that because you're just not going to get anywhere. You'll get static pose, but again, and with her eyes and not crossing midline, like, I don't even know if she doesn't get seasick from it. If they can't get it, if it modality can't get walking on the ground or standing on the ground, like, they can't go up. We have our cage system here, but we do it completely different because it's about counter responses and getting the nervous system not to have falling within its system. But it has nothing to do with putting a child in a rigid position or in a position that can't be achieved whatsoever on the floor. This is not a spider cage. If some people do that, it has nothing to do with that. So that's your what you need to work on immediately. I want to see the hip x-rays because you need to see the hip x-rays. You need to know what's going on. And because I think the one hip is there. But the crawling won't happen if you can't get in and out of all fours. So that's the biggest milestone that you have to work on, is that independent sitting and going in and out of all fours as successfully as possible. At her size and age, you're not going to get your best work on the floor. You really want to have it supported on the table so she can move around you and work that way. And that's right now your first thing. But the vision, if you improve vision, you're going to improve every movement on her body. But her vision is very difficult to make her movements more stable. She can't look far. She doesn't have that visual stability. And so if she doesn't have visual stability, it's going to affect her whole body. And this is just, it's not has anything to do with you. It's just a lack of humane care by people when they see special needs. They just go, but this is where you need to be working on with her.